Save everyone, may the power of Kabbalah be with everyone. Welcome friends to yet another exciting journey. Today, we will be exploring an amazing topic that will challenge your mind and inspire your soul. Get ready for a unique and life-changing experience that will expand your horizons and leave you with a new perspective. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any details of this amazing journey. Let's start. Kabbalah SEFIROT, the bridge between the divine and the human. Kabbalah is an esoteric Jewish tradition that focuses on the quest for knowledge and understanding of God, the universe, and the nature of the human soul. One of the central aspects of Kabbalah are the Sefirot, singular, Sefirah, and the Sefirot, singular, Sefirah, which are complex and fundamental concepts that play a central role in Kabbalistic cosmology and theology. Let us deeply explore the Sefirot and Sefirot of Kabbalah and their mysteries. The Sefirot are 10 emanations or aspects through which God manifests and interacts with the universe. They are often represented as a tree called the Tree of Life, Etz Chaim, or as a structure of 10 interconnected spheres. Each Sefirah represents a divine attribute or quality, and together, they form the framework by which God creates, governs, and sustains the world. The Sefirot are often divided into 3 categories. The higher Sefirot, the intermediate Sefirot, the lower Sefirah. The upper Sefirot play a central role in Kabbalistic cosmology, representing the highest and transcendental aspects of God. Each of these Sefirot has specific attributes and meanings that contribute to understanding the divine nature and the process of creation in Kabbalah. Here is a more in-depth exploration of the higher Sefirot. Keter, crown. Meaning, Keter represents the crown or highest point of the Tree of Life and is often associated with divine will and the absolute unity of God. Attributes. Keter is the primordial source of all creation, the starting point for divine manifestation in the world. She is considered the highest and most inaccessible Sefirah, as well as being transcendental and beyond any human comprehension. Symbols and correspondences. Keter is often represented as a crown or sphere that shines brightly. It corresponds to the Ein Sof, which represents the infinite and the ineffable. Chokmah, wisdom. Meaning, Chokmah represents divine wisdom and is often associated with God's creativity, inspiration, and creative potential. Attributes. Chokmah is the point where divine will begins to manifest as creative thought. She is considered the first creative impulse in creation and is often related to the masculine aspect of God. Symbols and correspondences. Chokmah is represented as a bright light or a spark of insight. She is associated with the Hebrew letter Yod and the spiritual dimension called Atzilut. Bina, understanding. Meaning, Bina represents divine understanding and is associated with understanding, discernment, and receptivity of divine will. Attributes. Bina is where the wisdom of Chokmah develops into understanding. She is considered the feminine aspect of God and is often seen as the mother who gives birth to creation. Symbols and correspondences. Bina is represented as a chalice, a source of water, or a womb. She is associated with the Hebrew letter Mem and the spiritual dimension of Beriah. These higher Sefirot represent the initial phase of the creation process and are often called the head or supernal triad. They are beyond direct human comprehension and symbolize the transcendence of God. Understanding these Sefirot is fundamental to Kabbalistic cosmology and theology, as they represent the primordial source of all divine and creative manifestation in the universe. The intermediate Sefirot play a key role in Kabbalistic cosmology, acting as mediators between the upper Sefirot and the lower Sefirot. Each of these Sefirot has specific attributes and meanings that contribute to the understanding of the divine manifestation in the world and the interaction between the divine attributes. Let's explore the intermediate Sefirot in more detail. Chesed, mercy. Meaning, Chesed represents the quality of divine mercy, unconditional love and benevolence. She is often associated with expansion and generosity. Attributes: Chesed is the principle of divine grace that flows from the will of God. She is seen as the power that brings blessings and abundance to the world. Symbols and correspondences: Chesed is often represented as a breast or an overflowing cup. She is associated with the Hebrew letter Gimel and the spiritual dimension called Yetzirah. Gevurah, power. Meaning, Gevurah represents the quality of divine power, rigor, and judgment. It is often associated with restraint and discipline. Attributes: Gevurah is the principle of divine justice that balances Chesed's mercy. It is seen as the power that sets limits and establishes order in the universe. Symbols and correspondences: Gevurah is often represented as a sword or a hand holding a pair of scales. She is associated with the Hebrew letter Daleth and the spiritual dimension called Yetzirah. Tiferet, beauty. Meaning, Tiferet represents the quality of divine beauty, harmony, and compassion. It is often seen as a balanced synthesis of Chesed and Gevurah. Attributes: Tiferet is the principle that balances the mercy of Chesed and the power of Gevurah. She is seen as the center point of the tree of life and the Sefirah that reflects the balanced image of God. Symbols and correspondences: Tiferet is often represented as a heart or a tree. She is associated with the Hebrew letter Vav and the spiritual dimension called Yetzirah. Netzach, eternity. Meaning, Netzach represents the quality of divine eternity, victory, and persistence. She is often associated with creative energy and the will of God. Attributes: Netzach is the principle that drives progress and expansion in the world. It is seen as the power that encourages us to pursue goals and achieve success. Symbols and correspondences: Netzach is often represented as a torch or a lit lantern. She is associated with the Hebrew letter Samek and the spiritual dimension called Yetzirah. Hod, glory. Meaning, Hod represents the quality of divine glory, humility, and submission. She is often associated with devotion and reverence. Attributes: Hod is the principle that teaches us to humbly accept the will of God. It is seen as the power which helps us to recognize divine greatness. Symbols and correspondences: Hod is often represented as a closed hand or a scepter. She is associated with the Hebrew letter Lamed and the spiritual dimension called Yetzirah. Yesod, foundation. Meaning, Yesod represents the quality of divine foundation, connection, and faithfulness. She is often associated with the solid foundation on which creation rests. Attributes: Yesod is the principle that connects the higher Sefirah with Malkut, the lower Sefirah. She is seen as the power that allows communication between the divine and the earthly. Symbols and correspondences: Yesod is often represented as a pillar or a portal. She is associated with the Hebrew letter Yod and the spiritual dimension called Asiya. These intermediate Sefirot play a crucial role in understanding the interplay between divine attributes and the manifestation of creation in the world. They represent the diversity and complexity of divine manifestation, as well as the importance of balance between attributes for harmony and order in the universe. The lower Sefirah, Malkut, kingdom, is the lower Sefirah, representing the physical world and humanity. She is considered the embodiment of divine manifestation on earth. Malkut, the lower Sefirah, is a fundamental piece in Kabbalistic cosmology, as it represents the fulfillment of the divine manifestation on earth and the relationship between the physical world and spirituality. Let's explore Malkut and what it symbolizes in more detail. Meaning of Malkut, kingdom. Malkut is the 10th and final Sefirah on the Kabbalah tree of life. His name Malkut means kingdom in Hebrew and represents divine kingship and God's presence on earth. Malkut is often seen as the Sefirah that connects all other higher Sefirot with the physical world. Attributes and meaning. Malkut is associated with the manifestation of divinity in physical creation, including the animal, vegetable, and mineral kingdoms, as well as humanity. She represents the Shekinah, which is the divine presence immanent in earthly reality. Malkut is therefore seen as the bride of God, awaiting union with the Creator. This Sefirah is also considered to be the recipient of the influences and blessings of the higher Sefirot. It reflects light and divine energy in the different spheres of life. Symbols and correspondences. Malkut is often represented as an earthly crown, a throne, or a holy city. She is associated with the earth element and the idea of foundation and stability. The Hebrew letter Tav is often associated with Malkut. The spiritual dimension corresponding to Malkut is called Asiya, which is the dimension closest to the physical world. The importance of Malkut. Malkut is seen as the point of concretion and realization of divine energies, making them tangible in the material world. She teaches the importance of recognizing the divine presence in all aspects of daily life, from simple actions to interaction with others. Malkut is seen as the starting point for spiritual elevation, as from it, individuals can begin to seek reunification with the higher Sefirot. The union of the Sefirot. In Kabbalistic cosmology, Malkut's mystical union with Tiferet, beauty, is seen as the ultimate achievement, symbolizing the reunification of the divine with the earthly. This union is likened to a sacred marriage between the earthly realm and divine beauty, representing harmony and perfection. Malkut plays a crucial role in Kabbalistic understanding of the interconnection between the divine and the material, teaching us to recognize God's presence in all aspects of life and to seek spiritual elevation through connection with the higher Sefirot. It is through Malkut that divine manifestation finds its most concrete and tangible expression in the physical world. I hope you enjoyed this journey through the mysteries of Kabbalah and the Sefirot as much as I did. If you enjoyed this video and want to continue exploring fascinating topics like this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Never miss our next explorations. And now, I want to hear your opinion. Leave your comments below. Have you had any experience with Kabbalah? Have a question or thought to share? We look forward to hearing your voice in the community. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey of discovery and knowledge. Until the next video, may the power of Kabbalah be with everyone.